Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Guys, we're going to start the stem and leaf diagram today. The first thing that we shall discuss is we have to see that if we remember how to draw a stem and leaf diagram, because you people have done that in your O-level mathematics, drawing a stem and leaf diagram, okay? Now, let's see how to draw the stem and leaf diagram for this first question. So you please start drawing it. Okay, when we're drawing this stem and leaf diagram, there is always a rough draft. Okay, on the left, I'll be having its rough draft. I can see that we have the numbers in units, then there are the numbers in tens. Okay, so I'll be keeping this as 0, then I have 1, and then I have 2. So 0 for the units, 1 for the tens, and 2 for the 20s, okay? Now this is the rough draft. I see this 6, I'll be writing 6 over here. I see the 2 without using any commas, okay? Without using the commas, you have to write this 2. Then I have 13. I'll be writing this 3 for the 13. Then I have 1, then I have 4, then I have 8, then I have 11. I'll be writing 1 here. Then I have 3. Then I have 4. Then I have 16. So I'll be writing 6 here. Then we have 7. Then we have 20. So I'll write a 0 here. Then we have 13. Then we have, sorry, 13's 3 should be written here. And then we have 5. So this should be 5 here, okay? And then we have 15. So I'll write 5 here. And then we have 3. Then we have 12 and 9, 26 and 10. Now this is the rough draft, okay? We'll be writing the same, but with an ascending order, okay? So I have the smallest here is 1, okay? Then I have 2. So this is 1, then I have 2, and 1, 2. There are 2 3s, okay? This is 1, 2. Then we have 1, 2. There are 2 4s, 1, 2. Then we have 5. Then we have 6. Then we have 7, 8, and this 9. Okay. And then this one, it starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. And then we have 5, 6, 5, 6. And then you have 0, 6. Now you try to write them like, like look at this. This 1, 0, 0 looks like a column here. This 2, 1, 6, 3, 2. So write the numbers under the numbers so that it makes your counting easier. Okay. And good students also mention the number of the entries over here. Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hai na? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 entries here. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 entries here. And then we have 2 entries over here. So that is how you draw a stem and leaf diagram. This is a stem and leaf diagram, okay? Now, since I have to complete this, so now I'll be talking about how to find the median and the quartiles from a stem and leaf diagram, okay? Now, please see that when you have to find the median or the quartiles, you must remember that uh, when we talk about the data, so if you have rough or the raw data, which is not grouped data, okay? Suppose you have the values like there are 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, and 8, okay? Let me keep 9 as well, okay? Now these are 5 observations over here. These are 5 observations. So how do you find the median? If these are 5 observations, how do you find the median? What do you have any formula in your mind to find this median? That is n plus 1 over. That's great, mashallah. Good students. That is n plus 1 over 2. Now remember, this is not the formula to find the median. This is the formula to find the location of the median. This gives you the location of the median, okay? So now, you see that there are two cases. One is when your number of the observations, it can be even or it can be odd. So right now we have 7 observations. So this is 7 plus 1 over 2. So that is 4. Now this 4 is actually the fourth observation here. That is the fourth observation. So this is the fourth observation. So this is your median here. Okay. Have you ever tried finding the lower quartile in such situations? Hmm? Okay, let me tell you how to find the lower quartile and the upper quartile. But with this, with parallel to this, I need to have another situation with the even number of these observations. Now, suppose you have five. Sorry, I think this is not very clearly. This is, you have 5, 7, 10, and then you have 11, 13, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16, and 20. Okay. Now these are 8 observations with us. Okay. When you find that n plus 1 over 2, that is 8 plus 1 over 2, that is 4.5. Now this 4.5 means between the fourth and the fifth. If it was 5.5, then this would be meaning between the fifth and the sixth. Okay. So now this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have the median right here. That is the sum of these two observations. So your median is, that is going to be 12. That is your median, which is going to be 12. Okay. So I have two cases here. One when the total number of observations is odd, the other when it is even. So in case of the odd values, odd number of observations, you have clearly one observation right in the middle of the data. Okay. And in case of the even number of observations, we have two observations in the very middle of the data. So you have to find the mean of those two observations to get to your median. Now, how to find the lower quartile in these cases? Yes, do you have any idea how to find the lower quartile? Uh-huh. Okay, n plus 1 over 4. Any other idea? Okay, now listen. You were very close. Look at this. We are going to divide the data into two halves in both these cases. Look at this. Before this median, you have this half on the left and this half on the right. Okay. Now this 4 is the median of this half. So this 4 is the lower quartile. Okay. And this 8 is the median of the later half. So that means this is your Q3, which is going to be 8. Okay. So that is what you do when you have the odd number of observations. But in this case, look at this. This is exactly divided into two halves. This half and this half. Because this was even. There is no value in the middle. Okay. Now, here is the median of these first 4 observations. Okay. That is going to be 7 plus 10 over 2. That is 8.5. So your Q1 is 8.5. And here is the median of this later half. That is 15.5. So the upper quartile is 15.5. That is 15.5. Okay. Now let's try to find the median, the lower quartile, and the upper quartile of this data, which is here in this stem and leaf diagram. Okay. Now, if you add these together, 11 plus 7 is 18 plus 2 is 20. So that means the total number of observations is 20. Okay. So I'll be saying that for this median, this is 20 plus 1 over 2, that is 10.5. Now, since I have written down the number of observations here, so this means this 9 is the 11th observation, and this 8 is the 10th observation. So here is going to be your median. That is going to be 8.5, between 8 and 9. That is between 8 and 9. Okay. Now, when you find the lower quartile and the upper quartile, you see that there were 20 observations. So we have this set of 10 observations here. Okay. So I'll do it like 10 plus 1 over 2, that is 5.5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is, so here is your lower quartile, that is going to be 4. Sorry, मैं इसको 4 लिख रहा हूँ. That is, yeah, this is 4 because ये units के साथ है. This is 4. Yeah? नहीं बेटा, they are 10. They are total 20. And then you have the first 10 and the last 10. The median of the first 10 observations is your lower quartile, and the median of the last 10 observations is your upper quartile. ठीक है बेटे? अच्छा. So similarly, again 5.5. So I start counting from here. 1, look at this. This 9 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here is your upper quartile. That is going to be 13. That is 13. This is the lower quartile, and this is the median. Okay? Yes, beta? Yeah, I'm explaining you again. You see that how many observations you have in total? 20? Like, look at this example over here. What is the total number of observations here? 8. In this case, we had 8 observations. Okay, so you can clearly divide into 2 parts, first 4 and the last 4. The median of the first 4 observations will be the lower quartile, and the median of the last 4 observations would be the upper quartile, hai na? So similarly, here you have total 20 observations in this stem and leaf diagram over here. Okay, so the median of the first 10 observations is your lower quartile, which is happening here. Okay, and the median of the last 10 observations is going to be your upper quartile, which is falling in this area between, because this is 1 and 3, because, oh, I didn't write the key here. This key is very important. Okay, this 1, 3 means you must mention that, like, this key has got the marks. I didn't write the, like you had said here, I think, and include a key. Look at this. This key is a must. Okay, to write key, that is a must. So the key means that this means 13. Okay, 13 times. 13 times. So this is the key over here. Okay. So we have tried a question where we have seen how to find the lower quartile, the upper quartile, and the median. But let's try one more question. Okay, in the second question, you see that we have the things in hundreds. Like the things are in 150s, 160s, 170s. Okay, so when I draw this stem over here, so I need to have yeah, 150s, 160s. Yeah, so I'll be writing 15 here. I'll be writing 16 here, and then I'll be writing 17 over here. Okay, so we can have the things like you could even have like 1.5, 1.63, 1.58, 1. So even then you could write this 15. The key would tell that what do these numbers actually represent. Okay, so now this is for the rough here. So 150, I write 0, 163, I write 3, 158, 165, 172, 152, 160, 170, 156, 162, 159, and 175. So this is our raw. You can do on any corner of your paper, okay? You can write that in smaller size, okay? Now this is your 15, this is your 16, this is your 17. So we have 0, 2, 6, 8, 9. We have 0, 2, 3, 5. We have 0, 2, and 5. Okay. Now let me mention the number of observations. Now we have 5 observations here. We have 4 observations here. We have 3 observations here. And never forget to write the key. Okay. So the key is that this 15, 0 means 150 uh, coins. Are these coins? A shopkeeper takes 12 bags of coins to the bank. The bags in the following number. Yeah. So these are 150 coins. Okay. Now this is the stem and leaf diagram. Okay. Let me erase this. Now we have to find the lower quartile. You find these things from it. Okay. So let me write it here. So guys, you have to find the lower quartile, which is known as Q1, find the median, which is known as Q2, find the upper quartile, find the interquartile range, and then you find the range as well. Okay, I'm just going to add one more number over here so that we have odd numbers of observations. Okay, let me add here 167. Okay, 167. So that 167 would be, uh, I would be writing 7 over here. Now we have these 5 observations here, okay? So altogether there are 13 observations. So I'm making these changes so that we can have an odd number of observations. The previous question had an even number of observations, okay? Okay, we start by finding the median. So we have 13 observations. So this is going to be 13 plus 1 over 2. That is 7. That means the 7th observation. So we have 5 here, 6 and 7. Now, this is the median here. So the median is 162 coins, okay? This is the median 162. Now, before this median, we have, that was the 7th. So we have 6 observations before this median and 6 observations after that median, okay? So now we shall find 6 plus 1 over 2. That is 3.5. So that means the lower quartile is going to be between the 3rd and the 4th observation. So this is 1, 2, 3. So here we have the Q1, okay? And you can see that is going to be 6 and 8, they have 7 in between. So the lower quartile is 100 and, sorry, 67. Yeah, 57. 157. And similarly, for these 6 values, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. So between 167 and 170. Okay, so that is going to be, let me find 67 plus 70 over 2. That is 137 over 2. That is 68.5. Yes. So the upper quartile is going to be 168.5. What is the interquartile range? That is the Q3 minus Q1, upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So that is 168.5 minus 157. So that is going to be 11.5. And the range is maximum minus the minimum. And that is going to be 25. Okay, now from this question, I just want to ask you, do you know you can be asked to give the advantages of of a certain diagram, like you have this stem and leaf diagram. What is the advantage or the disadvantage of having the data represented by a stem and leaf diagram? So what do you think? What is the most important advantage of drawing a stem and leaf diagram?
Is the lesser chance of making a mistake while reading the diagram and using the values.
So you say that you can avoid making mistakes while looking at the data. I think rather than using the word mistake, you can the better word is the estimate, because you see that is the most important advantage of the stem and leaf diagram, that you have the actual data in front of you. This stem and leaf diagram can be compared with a histogram, with a bar chart, or abhi you will be studying about the box and whisker plot. So you see that the best use of this diagram is that you have the actual data right in front of you. And you can see that what is the actual median, what is the actual lower quartile, what is the actual range, in fact. Okay. So from here, I'll be taking you guys to the back-to-back stem and leaf diagram and some more questions from this book, okay? So I think we end this session and let's go into the next session.